Good evening, Zimbabwe. This is Change Radio News. Today is Wednesday, 10 July 2024. The news read by Tsitinga Ramaphosa. Here are the news headlines. President Nelson Chamisa paid tribute to veteran lawyer Moyo. Senator James Ontimba was back in court. Zimbabweans in the UK demonstrate against human rights violation at UK Parliament. And now for the news in detail. President Advocate Nelson Chamisa paid tribute to the late Stanford Moyo, a renowned lawyer and former president of the International Bar Association. Speaking on social media yesterday, President Chamisa described Moyo as a giant in legal circles, praising his intellect, achievements, and commitment to values, integrity, and human dignity. Moyo was laid to rest at Glen Forest Memorial Park yesterday. Senator James Ontimba and the Avondale 78, who have appeared at Harare Magistrate Court today, have been further remanded in custody until the 24th of July. The 78 include Langton Manaka, Mr. Hondogwa, former Councillor Kauta, and Ms. Tambudzai Makororo, among others. However, a bail appeal at the High Court has been scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday at 9 a.m. before Justice Mungwari. Honorable Agents Kumbo has urged citizens to show up in solidarity with the incarcerated champions. People have been urged to carry IDs for entry at the High Court. Yesterday, Zimbabweans, including human rights activist Makomborero Haruziveshe, gathered at Parliament Square in the United Kingdom to protest against the unjust arrest and detention of Senator James Ontimba and the Avondale 78. Lord Johnny Orts, who was present at the protest, called on the Zimbabwean regime to stop the human rights abuses. Haruziveshe, who has experienced persecution at the hands of the regime, had this to say.
I can't say the most right now, but it's Timba and others were justly arrested. Give a quick background. They were commemorating the victim, which is the African child. They were remembered the committed by the apartheid in Africa. Commit the letters and aboard the letters of apartheid. That makes us a question now and abuse of human rights, abuse of people's citizens' right to freedom of expression, and it's a commitment to further repression. So we are here today as cases training, and we are saying no to this because they are being arrested. You don't speak out. They'll be out up until the sun is over. And this winter in Zimbabwe, here where we are in summertime, but Zimbabwe winter is cold, things are overcrowded, and they are suffering. And their arrest is just but an indication of many more who clamped down upon as we go on. We've seen the government has already released a statement threatening vendors they are used to. We know in Zimbabwe there is over 90% unemployment rate, and people are living, with informal jobs. So we know more are going to get arrested and thrown inside for the government to prepare for this kind. But what is SADC? What is SADC doing in all of this? SADC is telling the people, SADC is ensuring that there is peace and people are doing their rights in the region, in particular. SADC is about ensuring that the legacy of apartheid is rejected. So SADC is about ensuring that people's lives are upheld and protected, and not to be abused like what you are seeing and like what you will see in the Oscar today. So we are here to send a clear message and to all Zimbabweans.
And regarding to the protest organized by Zimbabweans in Zambia, Change Radio continues to provide progress updates. Today we managed to interview the former provincial chairperson for North America, Chief Solskjaer, who is also one of the organizers of the planned mass protest. Let's hear what he had to say.
Thank you, Change Radio, and thank you for the great work that you are doing, giving information to Zimbabweans inside Zimbabwe and outside Zimbabwe. And now I know you've been covering a lot on the demonstrations or protests that are supposed to take place in Zambia, in Lusaka. So I want to take this opportunity to encourage all Zimbabweans in Zimbabwe, outside Zimbabwe, those in Zimbabwe, please, if you can, jump in the bus today and go to Lusaka and join others. Those in Botswana, in South Africa, in Namibia, in Lesotho, in Mozambique, please, let's meet in Lusaka in Zambia on the 11th of July and on the 12th of July, where we are going to be protesting against the stolen election, but also against the impending chairmanship of SADC, which is supposed to be given to Zimbabwe and in particular to Emmerson Mnangagwa. We, the people, we, the citizens of Zimbabwe, are saying that should not happen. We do not want the chairmanship of SADC. We are the people of Zimbabwe. We are the custodians of what happens in Zimbabwe. And we are saying we do not want that chairmanship until and unless the issue of the stolen election in August 2023 has been resolved. Now it has not been resolved. And we are also questioning SADC, that you wrote a report that was saying the election was not free and fair. It was fraught with irregularities. How then now do you want to make Emmerson Mnangagwa, who stole the election, the chairman of SADC? Are you rewarding Emmerson Mnangagwa for stealing an election? So Zimbabweans, let's come in our thousands, let's meet in Lusaka and let's protest. It's our democratic right.
In an ongoing program to review citizens, MPs, mayors and councillors, our reporter Kokelani Kame spoke to Masvingo residents and local government studies students Cecilia Madzokere, who testified that Mayor Alec Tabe and his team of councillors are working very hard to ensure service delivery in the city. She also highlighted challenges common in local governance with reference to Masvingo and suggested solutions. Let's hear from her.
As a Masvingo resident, I appreciate the hard work and professional conduct of Mayor Alec Tabe and his team of councillors. There is much improvement on the quality of municipal services consumed by the residents in our city. I also note some challenges on inadequate funding of our local authority, aging water infrastructure, and limited participation and engagement of some sections of residents, ratepayers, and other stakeholders. Some people do not value their importance on City of Masvingo ownership. I was not happy with the low attendance on budget performance review meetings the last days, which were attended by some important organizations, but few residents as individuals. Residents should attend these meetings and contribute ideas. I also suggest that the city should improve fiscal management and resource allocation to arrest financial inflow challenges. The more the funds, the less challenges. I am happy that a lot is already being done on water infrastructure upgrading for the benefit of long-term solution on bursting water pipes we experienced for the past weeks.
Our reporter also spoke to His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Alec Tabe. Let's hear from him.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As for Masvingo City, so for now, I think since my association as a mayor, I think we've also done a lot of work on the ground in terms of addressing the issue of road network. So I think we've also managed to regravel more than about, I think, 18 roads so far. We've also a target of about around 40 roads for this quarter. In terms of also we managed also to sustain some of our street lighting, especially we started we are going to do it in phases. We started the project in Rodin. We've done a good work there. Saka ndinofara zvikuru kuti at least vagaro Masvingo, they appreciate some of the work you are doing. We've also seen that Masvingo has been also been rewarding a lot of awards for being the best performing local authority. We've also managed to provide potable water. That is one of the precious liquids almost every resident requires, because in terms with regard to water, there's no any alternative. Saka ndinofara zvikuru sevagari kuti sameyo nzvimbo yeMasvingo tikushanda tichibata pamwe nemastakeholders nevagari kuti guta reMasvingo rimire zvakanaka. Saka ndingangoti in a nutshell, this is so far what we've done now. Tine a lot of another project that we're going to embark on. Saka tinotarisira kuti muchaona kuti pamuzopera 5 years, I think we would have done wonders in the city of Masvingo. Thank you so much.
The government of Zimbabwe intends to intensify efforts to clear city streets of vendors in a scramble to impress visiting dignitaries who will be attending the SADC summit from August 6th to 7th. The impending crackdown exposes the government misplaced priorities and its disregard for the welfare of its own people. The people of Zimbabwe have turned to vending in a desperate bid to survive the economic woes and poverty in the country. The National Social Security Authority Pensioners Group has demanded an upward review of monthly payouts. Addressing the Public Service Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Monday, NASA Representative Danford Mangwiro said pensioners are receiving a major monthly stipend of up to about $50. He stated that pensioners' rights are being violated, adding that NASA management was abusing the pension fund. This comes in a wake of serious economic crisis in Zimbabwe, where the prices of goods and services continue to rise. Zimbabweans abroad have launched a fundraiser to support a Kezi cyclist awareness campaign against drug and substance abuse. The cyclists will ride from South Africa to Zimbabwe to raise awareness and promote a healthy lifestyle. Change Radio spoke to Joel Mabaso, who is spearheading this initiative, and here is what he has to say.
Thanks so much to all corners of Africa. Nali khaweli phumile kumeli ndlovu. Bengithi kumagumbamano omhlaba bafowethu sixakwe usathani wama-drugs ne-crime. So njengoba umfowethu ephumile bengithi uxhaso lwakhe asithi-ke wonke umuntu onebhizinisi bafowethu lento esiyenza asenzele yena, iy'ngane zethu zigcwele emazweni asazi zibhekwe ubani. So through your contribution lokho ozokulahlela esivivaneni kuzosakha isizwe sibuyele emasisweni wethu sazi ukuthi singobani, inhlonipho ibe inhlonipho, so that ukuthi sizokwazi ukuthi masihlangene siyimbumba sizokwazi ukudila nalo muntu osupply ama-drugs ey'nganeni zethu, lo muntu obulala isizwe simnyama. So through sports ngine-believe ukuthi together we can do more. So ngithi ngalawo magama, let's support sports against crime, sports against xenophobia, sports against women abuse. Ngithi ngalawo mazwi asibambaneni masotsha.
Tambudzai Makokoro, an activist whose son Valentine Muzarati succumbed to flu-like symptoms while she was injured and in police custody, underwent an operation to fix a fracture on her leg on Monday. Dr. Norman Matara of the Zimbabwe Association of Doctors for Human Rights, who performed the operation on Tambudzai Makokoro at Parenyatwa Hospital in Harare, said the operation was a success. The doctors had warned that there was only a 21-day window for the procedure to be done after the prison authorities initially appeared reluctant to allow Makokoro to undergo the operation. Makokoro was injured when police raided a private African Child Day commemoration event she and 78 others were attending. Human rights organizations condemned the conduct by the police, calling it illegal and unprofessional. In another issue involving the police, 2 police officers in Harare, Zimbabwe, were brutally beaten by an angry crowd on Friday, July 5, 2024, at 11:40 a.m. after attempting to conduct an unauthorized traffic operation, which resulted in the death of a 54-year-old man, according to the police spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner Paul Nyati. The force is taking disciplinary action and pursuing criminal charges against the officers involved. The incident occurred when they tried to arrest a combi driver who resisted, leading to a scuffle that resulted in the pedestrian's death. The 2 officers are currently hospitalized with multiple injuries. Thieves committed a daring haste at a church office in Chinoim, Zari suburb, breaking into the office and blowing up a safe to steal $35,000 in cash. The incident occurred on July 6, 2024, and is currently under police investigation. Police have found evidence of explosives at the crime scene and are appealing to anyone with information to come forward and help them catch the suspects. Similarly, another group of masked robbers armed with machetes broke into a house in Kanengoni village, Chiweshe, Mashonaland Central at 1:20 a.m. on July 6. National Police spokesperson Commissioner Paul Nyati confirmed the crime. The 9 thieves stole 85 kgs of gold worth $6.5 million from a hidden cabinet, as well as $6,500 in cash. The victim, whose name was not disclosed, was attacked during the raid. Additionally, a 26-year-old nurse, Divine Lodlo, was arrested for helping a 16-year-old student get an illegal abortion in Zimbabwe. The incident occurred on July 6 and was discovered after residents found bloodstains at the student's house. The fetus was recovered and taken to the mortuary. Both Lodlo and the students were arrested and warned by the police about the dangers of illegal abortions, which can result in serious consequences, including serving 5 years in a maximum security prison, as this is a criminal offense. Recently leaked audio recording reveals a heated argument between business associates Wicknell Chivayo and Mike Chimombe, who had a falling out over a corrupt ZEC tender worth $100 million. The dispute escalated when funds were disbursed in March. The recording was part of an investigation by the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission, ZAC, which was sparked by another audio recording in which Chivayo bragged about his close ties to Mr. Mnangagwa and named government officials who received payments. The investigation is ongoing and more details are emerging. Health news. The number of cases of influenza continue to rise, and the ZANU-PF government seems to hide information about this infection from the public. Change Radio urges citizens to take precautions against the spread of upper respiratory illnesses, including COVID-19, by seeking early medical assistance for testing and timely treatment. In international news, former South African Parliament Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa-Qakula appeared in court on July 9, 2024, facing corruption and money laundering charges. The case was transferred to the Pretoria High Court, indicating a strong prosecution case. The trial is set for October 16. Mapisa-Qakula is accused of accepting a R4.5 million bribe as defense minister and denies the allegations. Pressure has been mounting on United States President Joe Biden to drop out of the presidential race after a damaging debate performance raised concerns about his mental capacity. President Biden has vowed not to withdraw from the race. Meanwhile, there has been an increase in support for presidential candidate Donald Trump. This development comes as voters are increasingly focused on the candidate's health and fitness for office. And now in sports news, the Chevrons, aiming to replicate their triumphant performance, seek to pull off another stunning upset against the formidable visitors and take the lead 2-1 with the fervent support of the home crowd and a renewed sense of purpose under their new coach. The stage is set for a thrilling contest that promises to be a nail-biting affair. In the highly anticipated 2025 AFCON qualifiers, Harambee Stars are posed to clash with Zimbabwe in a thrilling encounter. Kenyan head coach Eugene Firat has sounded a warning, labeling the Warriors as a formidable foe and a tough nut to crack in their opening fixture set for the first weekend of September. The Euro 2024 front-runners suffered a devastating elimination from the tournament following a 2-1 defeat to Spain in a thrilling semi-final showdown held at the iconic Allianz Arena Stadium in Germany. Spain lies in wait for the triumphant team emerging from the anticipated showdown between the Netherlands and England, scheduled for Wednesday mouth-watering semi-final encounter. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. President Nelson Chamisa paid tribute to veteran lawyer Moyo. Senator James Timber was baking court. Zimbabweans in the UK demonstrate against human rights violation at UK Parliament. That concludes this news bulletin. Thank you for listening. From myself, Tsitsinga Ramaphosa, and the entire team at Change Radio, have a good night.